Marto Martin, former Wallaby fullback, a Triple M breakfast host out of Brisbane. Greg, I hope you heard some of that. The background to it is this. I was driving home last night. We have got the Magic Round opening in Melbourne. Trying to get some hype and hoopla for Super Rugby. The kickoff game is the Blues versus the Highlanders. The lead item on the sports news as I was going home on another radio station, Rieko Ioane and Finlay Christie won't be playing that game because they are on, quote, All Blacks rest. Your thoughts?
Where do we start? Right, I've heard your spray. Yes, it's completely ridiculous. We don't do this because what do we need a rest from? We didn't finish very late in the World Cup. We've had a good rest. Mate, completely nonsensical. As you say, there's no World Cup. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to play rugby because what you get paid for is to entertain people. Part one, yes, your All Black are really stupid. Part two, am I being brought on to apologise for Melbourne because I'll do it before the games start? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've all had to come to Melbourne for a Magic Round or Super Round. What are they calling it?
Magic Round.
Gather Round? Magic Round?
Gather Round.
Oh, bloody hell. Mate, did you see how many people? So what you want, wouldn't you think if your football team was in the hole for $20 million and they were doing it tough and the players have promised, we're going to put that all out of our minds and we're going to play for you, the fans. You turn up.
Yep.
No one turned up last weekend. No one turned up. How many you reckon are going to be there? All right, I'll tell you how many are going to be there. 0 Australians. They're all going to be Kiwis who are supporting their teams. They're going to go, oh, Fue, bro. Listen, look, the Crusaders are playing. I'm from Christchurch. I'll go along. All the Kiwis in Melbourne, that will be the only people there at the ground. This Magic Round is stupid, and I don't have to make an apology to anybody.
So when it comes to the All Blacks, though, these guys, Finlay Christie, played a bit-part role in the quarter of the semi in the final. That was 4 months ago. So we don't have a halfback at the moment. If you're Scott Robertson, aren't you banging down Mark Robinson's door and saying, listen, I need to pick an All Black side. I need these guys playing because that's how I actually get to decide. What are you telling us, that these guys are already All Blacks in the team already, are they, without having to play Super Rugby? Mate, the World Cup's not for another 4 friggin' years. There's no excuse for this, is there?
Well, I'm not supposed to have the answer either, and you don't. We're asking the questions rather than having the answers. But quite simply, this year, always, the year after the World Cup, is the year when you build your depth. Is that what they're saying? And they're going, well, we're going to give lots of other people a go, so then we'll build our depth in our All Black squad and then narrow it down as the next World Cup gets nearer. It's the most stupid thing. We tried it for 1 year and went, oh, we don't have enough players to have rest players, so we won't do it. So whereas you've at least got the factory that's always open. But it's completely stupid.
Mate, it's cheating the fans, and this is Mark Robinson, the CEO who's over in World Rugby at the moment, flew first class over there to attend a meeting, and he's talking about fan-centric. I'm going to play you, and fan engagement, and then our best players don't play in an environment where we're trying to get people interested in it. This was him before he left. This was on Sky Sports The Breakdown. It's about 20 seconds. Have a listen to this. He said it was the most important series of meetings facing rugby ever, and this is what's going to come out of those meetings.
Talk about how we can be more nimble and agile in this space. I think we are really hoping we get into the forum and we just create the best possible forum for decision making. So, I don't want to sit here and promise what the outcomes are going to be here, but we need to make sure we have the right information, right people in the room, the right insights, right level of, the balance of, fan focus and what the fans want and player safety, for instance. And then we come out of there with a really unified approach to move quickly to address some of the things we're talking about.
We're going to go to a meeting to make sure everyone in the meeting is the right people to have at the meeting. There you go, Greg.
Wow. What about being nimble in this space? If he was selling real estate, you'd go, listen, he is dodgy. But oh, mate, what is going on there? That was just nonsense. That wasn't even English.
No, it was. You sit there and honestly, and John Kerwin did that interview, right? And he's sitting there nodding his head at this. And I looked at the TV while I was watching it going, JK, just say it to him, mate. I don't understand a word you've just said. What do you mean by all of that?